Hi, this is Mimi Ray, author of The Triple Cross, Love is Not a Game, and I'm live with JRLive.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, JRLive, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Have you found yourself weary with love or longing for passion? Come ride a trail of romance along with author Anushri as she delivers a tale of pure erotic romance. Soulmates, the Meaning of Twin Flames is sure to be a tantalizing book full of excitement and something that most think is extinct. True love. Two people, different lives, a chance encounter, secrets that will leave you wanting more as Shayna and Dervin unite true love's flames. Get ready for the love in you to be awakened with soulmates, meaning of twin flames. True love is waiting and will come when you least expect it. Find Author Sanushe on Facebook.com/Author Sanushe or Twitter.com/Author Sanushe. Are you ready for soulmate? They're ready for you.
Hey, have you ever heard of vaginas talk? Have you ever had a conversation with your vagina? If you haven't, you're missing out on one hell of a conversation. This is Purple Barbie, the author of This Is Your Vagina, The Vagina is Where the Heart Is. Join me on a quick adventure as one woman reclaims her life by releasing her past and reestablishing her future, all with the help of the one who knows her the best. You can call her V.
Are you looking to vacation soon? Let Roberts Travel Services help you reach your travel needs. We specialize in group travel, honeymoon, girlfriend getaways, mission trips, and more. You can reach us at 404-939-6638. You can email us at robertstravelservices@gmail.com and on the web at www.robertstourismservices.com and look us up on Facebook at Roberts Travel Services.
What's stopping you from making more, having more, and being more? Hi, I'm Helen McMillan. I'm a success coach. I can help you shift into your $1 million zone of joyful success. Be your most magnetic, confident, and powerful self. The first step is to get my free ebook, 7 Simple Ways to Shift into Your $1 Million Zone. Go to www.yourmilliondollarzone.com and download it now.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and welcome to Positive Power 21.org. I am JRLive, and when it's all positive, it's all power. That's Positive Power. All right, and we got a sponsor tonight, so stay tuned, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there. One moment, please.
Are you free Friday night? Are you looking for a stimulating adult talk show with a man and a woman's point of view? If so, join me, Purple Barbie, and Ramon Marquise and JRLive. For He Said, She Said, this Friday, August 15th at 11 p.m., or catch us on replay 24/7 with Spreaker.com/PositivePower21.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there. Man, I forgot to load the new commercial. That was the wrong one. But anyway, we be on this Friday night. You guys want to have some fun. We got Q&A jumping off on He Said, She Said. With we got a couple of new co-hosts that's going to be joining us, and I appreciate you guys, hook up with us, all right? Have some fun with some adult talk. All right, tonight on the show, we got Mimi Ray. She spent a few of her childhood years on a farm in New Jersey. Well, I know what that feels like. During her elementary years, she moved back to her place of birth, Baltimore, Maryland, and life was never the same. Mimi Ray, receiving her education in Baltimore City Public Schools, Mimi didn't feel challenged, so she dropped out of school at 14 to pursue her GED. Obtaining her first AA degree in accounting at the age of 18, she currently works as a licensed practical nurse, passionately spreading her care to everyone who comes into contact with her. She credits her big smile to her daughter, Goddess, age 5, her son, the God, age 14, and her supportive, encouraging husband, Sean. And Mimi enjoys reading, writing, and hanging out with her friends. And you can catch her on Instagram all day long. And that's authoress Mimi Ray. How you doing, Mimi? Welcome to JRLive Live. What's going on?
Thank you. I'm doing good.
Very good. Glad to. And, I remember, hunting you down. I thought I said we got to get some Baltimoreans on this show. I grew up in the streets of Baltimore. Not the real hard parts of Baltimore, but we hung out with those guys because, even though Baltimore got some hard streets, those guys love playing softball, so they had let the good old boys come on through and play a good game of softball on Sunday. So everybody put their guns down on Sunday and enjoy fun time at Drew Hill Park, right?
Yep, that's right.
It. I know that's so funny about Baltimore. I mean, them guys can be gang banging and beating each other, but Sunday we time to pick up a bat. And play some softball. That's all right. That's Charm City for you, right?
Charm City.
Yeah. All right. So you must be very bright. So why don't you just go for your PhD and become a doctor or MD? Since school is so boring.
No, it's not that. People say things like that to me all the time. But I'm a family person. When I look at doctors' lives, how these so career-oriented and less of, I like to have more time at home than more time at work. That's the honest truth. That's just me. But people say things like that to me all the time.
But
I don't know.
But you're a licensed practical nurse, so if the doctor's there, you got to be there, right? So what's the difference?
Yeah, but it's more of a contained schedule, not just on call all the time, night shift, day shift, morning shift, all shifts. That's not my life.
I know. I remember being in the hospital and I saw the doctor in the morning, and then I saw him again at night. And I'm like, when does he sleep?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's not the life I look for.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because when you career searching, I know everybody want to make really good money, and you want to be there for your family at the same time, but you gotta sacrifice something. You can't have both worlds sometimes. I mean, some people have found a way to do it, and some people are still pursuing that dream, and there's nothing wrong with that. Keep pursuing. But so you think you got both worlds, the best of both worlds right now, making money and seeing your family?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yep, I work pretty much 3 long days as a nurse. Then I do a couple days as accountant. Then I do mother time, 24/7. So I'm in the house, doing the mother thing a lot. I was just at football practice with my son. And then my baby girl, she'll talk your ears off. So gotta have time for her.
And now I'm checking out your family names here, and I got to look out for my guy here now. All right, he got to have a cool nickname or something. Now you Mimi Ray, you got Goddess, and the God, and then you just got Sean.
That's my husband, but he's the king.
Okay, so you call him King. Why you didn't just put King on there? I could have called him King Sean, King Sean, or something.
Yeah, maybe I'll do some editing to that.
Yeah.
Everybody calls him King. It just brushed off on people.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody else got these nice names, these nice nicknames or real names, and he just Sean on here. All right, that's cool. All right, well, Mimi, we read your bio. We know what you're all about, family. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. What other things interest you, and besides hanging at the football field with your young son, what's going on with you?
Well, I'm really a people person. I've been known to light up the room with my smile. So where Mimi is, there's a big smile. If you're having a sad day, you look up, there's a smile. So about me, like I said, I work as a nurse. I take care of mostly elderly dementia residents. So that takes a lot of time and patience. I'm the charge nurse, so I have people under me, my caretakers that I lead and guide.
Right.
I'm still a newlywed, so I've only been
Are you
married.
newlywed?
Yeah, November will make 1 year anniversary.
All right,
that's
congratulations.
Fun and exciting,
Yeah.
Checking out the married life.
Good for you. Good for you. 1 year. Oh man, you just getting started.
Yeah, 1 year coming up.
All right. So where did you guys did you guys do a honeymoon, a big honeymoon trip?
No, we didn't do a big honeymoon trip, but we did go away. We went to Poconos for
that's good.
3-day weekend. But we have Hawaii coming up for our that's going to be our honeymoon getaway we're doing in June of next year.
They should have the island cleaned up by then. Yeah, because I think they got hit by a storm. Yeah, we went to Poconos, my wife and I. I didn't like the drive too much, but I guess because she gave me the wrong directions. We ended up in Pittsburgh instead of Poconos.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah, if you do a nice direction, it's a good 3-hour drive. But once you get there, you can relax, so you're not tired anymore.
Oh yeah. It was pretty land, mountains, and the trees. I think it was in April, so everything was starting to wake up. Beautiful area. A lot of people moved there now. Have been moving there. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't really notice. But I did notice what they was doing, more ski trips, like more people coming to the area for weekend getaways on ski trips. I know years ago it wasn't really like that. It was more like, private couples.
Yeah, they want to get in that. They want to do that bubble bath and that big heart shape.
Yeah, the champagne bubble bath.
Yeah, and they got that indoor pool. Where you can act up.
Right, the heart-shaped jacuzzi and the round bed.
Yeah, boy, they got all that stuff. Yeah, we went there. I think my daughter might have been just turned 2, and we had said we had to get away. Got to get away from her. Yeah, good for you guys. All right, so any big plans for the 1 year?
No, actually, I haven't been planning nothing big. The kids' birthday both is in November, so we was going to do Disney. So it's not really romantic, but it's for the kids' birthday, and, we'll intertwine our 1 year there.
Yeah, it's some fun things you guys could do there, Let them do that thing, because you got one child that's 14, so got a babysitter right there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was going to look into a couple things, but that's the main focus. Their birthdays come 2 November birthdays, and I got married. I don't know what I was thinking in the month of November. I'll stay broke forever in the month of November.
You just got to save your money the other months. Like me, we got birthdays like every month. Right after our anniversary, we just start getting hit with birthdays. We get a little break after January, and then we just start getting back. And then, like you said, then you're trying to plan a vacation, little short trips. That's the challenge of being a parent, because you don't want the kids to be stuck in the house the whole summer. So you want to do some things, and, gotta be creative with them. Because there's only so much you can do, because a lot of times they camps take them to a lot of these fun places too, right?
Yep, and I've been enjoying that. Trust me, I've been appreciating this camp this year for my daughter. This was her first year to go. And she hasn't started school yet, so this was the first time she's really gotten away. And yes, hats off to Camp United. Oh, it's been great.
I know. Look, this was our first year not doing camp for so many years. Cause my daughter, she's 13, turning 14, and she didn't go last year. But my son, he's just turned 11. This is his first year not going, and he had a ball in front of that video game. Him and his friends online. Fighting it out with them dudes overseas. So, but they got along well. I was really proud of them. I thought I was gonna come home and the house was gonna be tore up and somebody got a black eye, but they've been doing pretty good. I was really proud of them. So she about to celebrate a birthday this weekend, and they going away. Her and the ladies going on a shopping trip. So just be me and the boys. So we're gonna go check out my son's football game. So it's been a great summer. Weather been all right here, can't complain. No heat waves, right?
Yes, I appreciate that too.
That's right.
Yeah, summer's not my favorite with the heat, but this has been a good summer.
That's right. I love it. Now, Mimi, we're gonna talk a little bit about you as the writer now. before we get into your book. So how did you, grasp this penmanship? You didn't mention it in your bio that you was a avid reader or anything. So, how you get into writing?
Well, actually, that is it. I'm an avid reader. I know I've read over 10,000 books.
Wow.
I stopped watching TV when my son was 1 year old. Haven't watched TV in about 15 years. So I always pick up a book. I read all kind of books. So when I was looking at my life of things I plan to do in life, I got married November 22nd, and I said, well, what's next to do in life? And I said, oh, yeah. I said I was going to write a book. So after the little honeymoon, and I went back to work on December 1st, I was talking with my coworkers, and I was like, I'm going to write a book. And they was laughing, like, yeah, you going to write a book? Okay, we'll see, Same thing I've heard over the years when I said I'm going to write a book.
Right.
And I started writing my first book, which was FML. And I started writing that book on December the 1st and had a complete novel by December 14th. And I said, oh, my gosh, I meet the criteria for the book. Let me see if somebody want to publish this book, because this book is good, I had a couple test readers at work. They all giving me good feedback, saying, yeah, girl, you wrote this book. This is good. This is a book. I was still saying, I can't believe I wrote a book. So I submitted the book. I found the publisher, Black Diamond Publications, and submitted the book. And I'll never forget, it was December 23rd. And, I'm thinking nobody would be contacting me over the holidays. But the publisher contacted me, and she said, I want to tell you Merry Christmas. If you're interested, we want to publish your book. I said, wow. Oh, yeah, I'm interested. Merry Christmas to me.
That's right.
And it went on from there.
Yeah, so that one got released in, January 2014?
Yep, January the 6th it came out. It was quicker than I ever thought. Everything came together good. I was receptive well. It took off, and I said, "Oh."
All right, I got a good question for you. All right, why F My Life?
Well, the story is not a typical fairy tale. Everything's going to be all right type of book. It's not the kind of book that says, "Oh, she's been through all this. It got to be great in the end. It got to be great." It's a true story based on my life, and it was from the years of 13 to 21. So those years was definitely FML. And it's part 1, 2, and 3.
You wrote book 1 is about your life at age 13?
13, yep, 13 to 21.
So what was going on? So what was going on at age 13 that you had to write a book about?
Well, I was a product of a environment of no parental guidance. So, no parental guidance, anything can happen. I was the oldest.
Off the chain.
Yeah, pretty much. I was the oldest of 4 siblings, and so I was their mom, so to speak, while their mother wasn't available. And, it's just the story of a young teen trying to make it in Baltimore. All the things she go through, helping her brothers, was her main goal. But it's never.
So what side of town did you guys grow up on?
That's East Baltimore. When you read it, you'll say, oh, Broadway. Yep, Broadway, North Avenue, Washington Street.
Ooh.
Yeah, all around there.
Yeah, that's right, Federal Street. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So you was over there. So that's right, 'cause that's kind of like that Greenmount territory.
Yep, just below Greenmount. Yep.
That was, because we were on the other side. That was like another town. Greenmount was something else. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. And then so with so much of your life, you went all the way into FML2, so there's still some left, huh? Some more
left.
There's
so much left.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 3. You was able to do a 3rd one about your life?
Yep, and just think, like I said, that whole series is from ages 13 to 21.
You got to give me something. You got to give me something about 3, Life 3. Tell us a little bit about that book. Tell us about it, please.
Well, part 3, Tasha was getting herself together, but she still didn't have the hang of it. She was still trying. She let's see, she was going through all kind of sexual endeavors, trying to find her way in life. She met someone that she thought was not who she thought it was, but it turned out to be something totally different. Experimenting with bisexuality and things like that. It's kind of X-rated.
Tasha was something else, huh?
She was getting it. Tasha was something else.
So it's pretty graphic in that book then, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's graphic.
Wow, number 3. I'm going to have to read the summary on that. How many chapters you giving up on the summary so I could just get a whip of what you were like back in the day? Giving up a couple chapters. Yeah,
it's a couple chapters. I have, when I did a release for, when I did the release for the synopsis, it was, let's see, in this final installment to the groundbreaking FML series, Tasha once again finds herself facing obstacles and roadblocks. With everyone she loves leaving to fend for herself, she can either choose love or fall victim to the streets. Follow Tasha on her complex journey of love and loss as she attempts to be a better mother to her child than her worthless mother was to her. FML will have you on the edge of your seat as this page turner takes you on the emotional ride of your life. So gave a little without giving it all. And the followers of FML, the feedback was, wow, I just thought she was going to win in the end. But, hey, fairy tales don't always come true.
All right, I was about to go to commercial. Let me see what they're saying about the reviews on this book. Hold on. Tasha. Oh, man, they hitting you with 5 stars. They said this book was good as hell. I wasn't expecting some of these events. I can't believe Nate. The ending was kind of sad, but glad she's getting her life together. Or they were sad because she got her life together. That's wrong. Oh, that is wrong. Oh, man. All right, look, we're going to go to commercial break now. Goodness gracious. Oh, now you got me interested in this book now that you said it was about you. All right. Let's take a 30-second break. Hold on.
Are you ready to discover your spiritual potential? This is Lane Cobb, spiritual wellness coach and owner of Straight Talk Coaching for Women, your source for enlightened and empowered living, offering products and services to help busy women see who they really are so they can be who they really want to be. Contact us at www.straighttalkcoaching.com or call 443-756-8391 to empower your spirit and achieve your full potential.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for our sponsor, LaneCobb.com. Check out if you need some help. I think Tasha should give her a call. Yeah. I just want to remind everybody, life coaches are not like psychologists or anything. They're just there to help you, choose a good path for your life. And, you can call them up and ask them questions if you got some concerns about your career, children, love life, all that kind of stuff. That's what they're there for, to help coach you, in the right direction. All right. Okay, let's talk about Triple Cross, Love is Not a Game by Mimi Ray. Paperback, $8.99. Get it by August 18th. Kindle. Is that available now on the Kindle?
It's available now. Yep.
All right. Yeah, because some people read it already, too, and they give you 5 stars already. Man, they couldn't wait till that book come out. They must have been going crazy. All right, so tell us a little bit about your main character, and then we're going to check out what your customers are saying about you. Tell us about your main character.
This book was written differently than FML. It was based on 4 characters, and they all unite in a way that you're just going to have a surprise. So there's one young lady, Stephanie. All Stephanie ever wanted was a man to love and respect her. She didn't want to give up on love, but any type of heartbreak could just take her over the edge. Then there's Amanda, who was a good woman. She spent years of loving a no-good man. Giving him her heart and soul wasn't easy, but she believed she could change him for the better. Then we had Dion. She vowed that the only thing that mattered in her life was protecting her kids, even if that meant up giving the marriage she worked so hard for. And those three were the main characters. I told 3 different stories of how their lives was totally separate, and they always going through the same ordeal, loving no good men. They all had a break in their life that sent them over the edge, and they wind up meeting together in one place where they meet Dr. Imari. She was a psychiatrist who was destined to help them all. It was a twisted connection that revealed who everyone was. But then, no one is safe because everyone is out for self. So they kind of crossing each other once they, it's the triple cross. I wrote it with a little bit of me in each character because, sometimes it just takes you there. Go right ahead.
I was gonna say, are you a wicked writer? I mean, your readers are reading this thing.
I think I have some multiple personalities.
So you needed this writing, huh?
Yeah, my friends call me Tamika Mika Mimi. That's what they call me. Because my Tamika is my government name, and my sweet girl, and the church Tamika, the business Tamika, the nurse Tamika. Then I got Mimi, who's, calm, cool, collective. Everybody knows her as just the sweet wife, mom, Mimi. Then Mika is the party animal, So they laugh all the time saying I got split personalities. But, you just have to separate parts of yourself from other parts of yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because, you're dealing with patients, all during the daytime, and I'm not sure how to communicate with you. But then you got I know you and your coworkers got to be tight, because you're dealing with so much on the job. So many people got mental illness and everything. So you need this to get away, to escape. So you're enjoying it a little bit too much.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I can just wake up and say, who do I feel like being today?
So what you think about this becoming a series? Are you going to continue this on for a few more books?
Yeah, part 1 was written to basically build the characters, learn the characters, see what they're going through, and connect the characters. Now, once they connected, all hell break loose, so to speak. And it ended with the revelation of how actually they were connected. And you just it's like mouth dropping wow at the end. So part 2 is in the making. And right now my adrenaline rushing when I think about all the events I got going on in my head for part 2.
Wow.
So I can't wait to get it under play.
So are you writing? Are you taking notes? Like, do you wake up at night sometimes? Oh, I gotta write this down.
I really do. Yes, I do. I got Notepad on my iPhone. So when I wake up, reach over, take a sip of my water, and something hitting me, I turn that on and click it in. And in the morning, I realize what I wrote and say, oh yeah, I gotta write some chapters today. I'll be pumped. I like to feel the emotion.
Yeah, I feel you. It's funny how people get so creative, in different ways. I know my cousin said, I thought he told me one time he had a waterproof recorder in the shower because he hear a beat while he taking a shower, and that could be his hook beat. So he got to get it down quick because you can forget stuff. Here you got you got to lock down. Say, oh, I loved it. Next thing you know, it's like, what was that thought again? Gone. Yeah. And I know what you're going through because even with this program, you have to be creative and entertaining. So you have to have a hook, a brand, because you're trying to push your brand. Now, Mimi Ray is writing some real wicked stuff. It's over the top. People loving it. So what are you feeling when somebody inbox you? Where's the next one? What are you thinking now?
I'm loving the enthusiasm. You know, like I said, when I first started writing a book, I just said, let me, it's on my life list of to do. So I didn't know how people would receive it. I wasn't an author that was out there that people knew. I was a new author just going to try to write a book and see what happened. And, the reception of everyone has been so overwhelmingly great that I just been like, I want to write so they can have something to read. That's why I want to write. I said, I just want to write so they can have something to read. It gets exciting. Right. It gets exciting.
It is.
And that's what I look for. I look for
I like you like that. You need it, to make you want to get more creative. Just like with this show, people inbox me and tell me, or guests will inbox me when the show is over, how exciting they were, how the feeling, get a chance to talk about something you created. It makes me feel good that I was able to provide that type of platform. And I know you feel the same way when you check out your reviews. And that's what we're about to do right now. We're going to see, oh, my God, somebody came out there saying jaw-dropping right off the bat. Now, you saw that. When you saw that, what was you expecting to read in that review?
I mean, like, yes, they understood the connection. They understood the twist. They made it to the end, and their jaw was dropped because that's exactly the emotion that I was looking for. So that's, that makes me get chills. Like, yes, I'm writing the right way. I'm getting the feedback I wanted.
Yeah. But this lady said the first page. Patricia, she said the first page, she was like, damn, the first page. Now, I know I had some people said, the first couple pages, caught them, hooked them, the first chapter. But she said the first page.
Yeah, I like to reel them in and catch them and keep them there. So when
tell us
it's
about
over,
the first.
they be like, oh, my gosh, that's it. I want more. I want more. Then they looking for me. Yeah, I love that.
Well, are you in position to read the first page right now?
Oh, sure. I can read the first page.
Let me hear that first page. I like when people read to me.
I have a couple coworkers that say the same. They just always want someone to read to them.
They make you sit down and read to them at lunchtime?
Yeah, they'll be like, read to me. I feel like, okay, I got something for you. We got a couple minutes. Let me read this quickly.
All right.
It starts off with the prologue. There's no way in hell I can let this happen. Today is the day, and as much as I've tried to mentally prepare for this, I just can't accept it. Promise me you'll take care of Elizabeth and raise her as your own if things go wrong. I could hardly recognize my voice as I spoke, but as a few tears rolled down my eyes, I knew I was serious. I already sealed this decision, and 3 days ago when I purchased an illegal .22 Magnum from a young crack runner on East North Avenue, I knew my plans were solid. Marie, I just think you should move on. Don't worry about Charles. He's going to rot in hell for what he's done, and the best revenge is being happy, Tina said. But no matter how many ways she tried to talk reason into my head, her sensible words fell on deaf ears. She didn't know my plan. All she knew was that I wasn't thinking rationally, and deep inside, I knew the same. I simply told her I was going to confront Charles and give him an ultimatum. She had no idea what it was. I bent over the flower-printed pink and white stroller and brushed the small brown curls that rested on Elizabeth's tiny round head and kissed her chubby left cheek. Mommy, baby girl loves you. You grow up and make me proud. Always put yourself first and love no one any more than you love yourself. I whispered into her toddler-sized ear, and although I knew she couldn't understand what I was saying, either way, I felt it would be the final words to my precious angel. All right.
Whoa.
I can go on and on.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
What is going on? What's she about to do?
She going down.
She about to throw that on North Avenue.
Down, but
on North Avenue.
No more.
Yeah, don't play on North Avenue, man. That's where Odell's was at. Man, you know what's funny? You talk about North Avenue. Well, not funny, but it was sad, really. But I was just thinking about it when you said that. I had a guest on this show, grew up with me in Ashburn, Northwest Baltimore, and I always wondered what happened to this guy. And he told me him and his buddy was going to Odell's, walking down North and Maryland Avenue, and these two dudes jumped at him, and shot his buddy, and he died right in his arm.
Oh man!
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? Because I was wondering what happened to him. He really got strung out over that. But North Avenue could do some strange things to people.
Yeah, North Avenue.
Because I grew up in the Junction. That was right off of North Avenue on the other end, right? The west side. Yeah. Junction ain't no joke. Junction ain't no joke neither.
I know. I rode through there the other day.
Yeah, they closed down.
A little bit slouched down, trying to get over the Hilton Parkway. I said, "Why I take this way?"
I know. Don't go at night. It's all right during the daytime, but don't go at night. You can go shopping around there during the daytime. Everybody nice to you during the day. But don't go at night. Oh man, woo! That was quite a read. You read very well.
Oh, thank you. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah. You might have to produce some audio books for those of us who don't have time to read for us. Like me, I could stick a CD in a car or download an MP3 or something. That'd be awesome.
I was looking into audio books. I was looking into being the voice for audio books. So, I just started checking that out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you do have a very nice voice. I might have to add you to my list of people to come on He Said, She Said on Friday nights.
All right. I'll make it hot.
Yeah. Yeah, we see between you and Purple Barbie, me and Ramon going to be in some trouble. I'm going to have to get my new buddy, Rashid. Rashid, you know Rashid, don't you? Your boss.
Carter, yeah.
Yeah, Rashid, boy, he was talking some stuff he was something else last night. Boy, he said he'll take a plane to your house. You inbox him, he'll go get on. He gonna take a plane out to your house. He crazy. He don't play. All right, man, that was fantastic. I really wish you the best. Sounds like you're doing a good job so far. I'm sure Black Diamond is very proud of having you on board as one of their authors. That's fantastic.
So. That's what they tell me. They make me blush.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, are you going to hang out at the event with her on Saturday with Anita?
Yeah, I'm going through. I won't be long because my daughter, she has a performance. She's a little entertainer herself. So she has a performance at 3.
A little 5-year-old?
Yeah, she's an entertainer. She's going to sing at a birthday party, a rock and roll birthday party. She's the opening act, so 3 o'clock she got to be there to sing her Get the Party Started song.
That's right. And so the event starts like around 10, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I could peep my head in there. Man, this was a bad week. This is where all the football leagues are opening up, They got opening day coming soon, so you guys trying to get their games in. Yeah.
I know. It's been a tiring week for me. I'm telling you. I said, God, life of a mommy.
I know. And I thought it was rough that week when I had to take my daughter to dance practice 3 days a week, and then I had to double back to go hang out at the field with my son because they was in full contact, And then lucky for me, my oldest son was able to pick my daughter because my wife was on travel. So that was a rough week, man. I think I even took off that Thursday and Friday or something like that.
Yeah, don't you really wish we could clone ourselves?
Well, they drive themselves and set up the camera, and I sit home and watch them. Yeah, I'm at that point now. I don't want to move. Well, it's been so magnificent having you on the show. I'm so happy for Black Diamond, recommending you. So we gotta, keep you guys coming through and keep us informed when you release these books. So we definitely gotta get you back on when you get part 2. Love is Not the Game, Triple Cross. Sounds good.
I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So before you go, any final thoughts to our listening audience?
Thank you for being there. Thank you for the support, and thank you for spreading the word. Keep it coming.
That's right. So they sharing those files that you guys are putting out there on your book cover and making sure their friends know that Mimi Ray is no joke. She's from Baltimore, killing it. Yeah.
Ow.
But I gotta say before I let you go, that we opened up the show about you spending your childhood years on a farm. What was that like for you?
Oh man, I was so little. So what happened was I had to be the one to go in and get the eggs out the chicken coop. I would crawl down on my knees with a little basket, getting little eggs while the chickens pecking all around me because they don't want nobody getting their eggs.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, I'm scared of chickens. I eat a chicken, but sure enough, if I see a live one, I'm running.
Oh my God!
They traumatized me. Between chickens and raining frogs, man, they tore me up.
All right.
The rain down there, I used to think frogs was coming out the sky with so many frogs around.
I know. So that was your first job, then, working on the farm.
Yep, first job.
So we got a lot in common right there. All right, then, Mimi Ray, I'm gonna let you go. Get ready for my next guest. Appreciate having you on. You take care of yourself, and you stay in contact with us. Let us know if there's any events going on in Baltimore where you're gonna be doing book signings, whatever. We definitely want to try to get there so we can get you on tape. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This is JRLive Live, Positive Power, 21.org. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And catch Mimi Ray on JRLive Live on replay. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the Positive Power 21 Network. Team 21 would like to thank you all for tuning in, and please spread the word and tell a friend. This is JRLive at Positive Power 21, where we get our positive on. All right, thank you, everybody. Don't forget about us on Spreaker.com/Positive Power 21. Good night.